Hello, everybody. My name is Ula Saleh, and I am a marketing manager at BrandVerity. Hi, Georgia.
Hey, Ula.
I'm here today to talk with Georgia Geyer, who is our VP of Customer Success. Georgia's been at BrandVerity, I think, is it 7 years now?
Over 7 years now. Yeah.
And she started as the first customer success hire at BrandVerity when the team was very small, and now she leads a global team, and I think both in the UK and I guess all over the United States. So we are today we're going to talk a little bit about BrandVerity. I'm actually going to ask you 3 questions. We're going to talk about BrandVerity and a little bit about common types of non-compliance that you see through your customers, and then offer some tips and best practices at the end. So I guess I'll start by asking if you could, I know of course about BrandVerity, but I'm going to let you introduce BrandVerity a little bit and talk about how we help our customers maintain partner compliance and protect their brands online.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for
Take it
having
away.
me. Yeah, of course. Well, just at a high level, BrandVerity helps the world's leading brands protect their online marketing programs and basically just ensure they remain compliant in a digital world that, as we all know, is changing and changing very quickly. So our technology, it really focuses on automation in order to discover, report, and remediate online infringements, and that's across affiliates, it's across partners, and then we do also help with third parties as well, but we'll really focus on partner for today. And this past April, we were actually acquired by Partnerize, which is just going to be a fantastic way for us to work together in order to help grow the partner marketing channel as a whole. So on the BrandVerity side, we have 2 core products. We have paid search, which monitors your branded keywords and basically helps you see which ads are appearing when people search for your brand. And in the affiliate side, that's huge because it allows you to find any partners who might be violating your program's terms, such as bidding on your trademark if that's something that you don't allow. We also have our web compliance monitoring product, which is helpful for monitoring content both on sites you know are promoting your brand and then also discovering sites that you might not know are promoting your brand. So in the partner industry, this allows our customers to ensure they can find everywhere that their partners are appearing, even places you may not have known about, and then keep an eye on those sites and check in on them to make sure any necessary disclosures are present, your offers are up to date, and more generally just that affiliates are promoting you in a way that aligns with your brand and your standards and any kind of desired messaging that you have.
Great. Well, thanks, Georgia, for that overview. As I said in my introduction of you, that you've been at BrandVerity for, I said 7 years, I think. I keep thinking 6 years, 7 years, but BrandVerity's been in the industry for, I guess we're 12 years old, and so we've been helping brands and affiliate managers, partner programs for a long time now. I guess take us back a little bit. Like, how have things changed, and like what are some of the most common kinds of what we call violations or instances of non-compliance, and what has been the trend that you've seen in the time that you've been at BrandVerity in terms of how the tactics that people use to circumvent some of the rules, et cetera?
Yeah, well, we were talking earlier about how when BrandVerity launched, it was specifically to help with affiliate monitoring in paid search. And so what's interesting is that some of the problems that we've seen have been the same from the beginning, and they really haven't changed. And then there are others that have absolutely evolved over time. So the first is just brand bidding. Brand bidding is just when a partner appears on searches of your trademark terms. And this one it really hasn't changed that much over the years. You know, it's typically an accident. What we will see is a new team member starts and doesn't know that they're supposed to have your brand on their negative keyword lists, or the search engines change how certain types of ad campaigns work, or somebody just creates a new campaign and forgets. And so our customers will find these ads running that aren't supposed to be there. And usually all it takes is a simple reminder to their partner just to keep their negative keyword list up to date. And that's it. You're kind of done with it. Ad hijacks are a more severe violation, and they've been around since BrandVerity's been around, but they've evolved. And it's also one of those things that generally tends to be more intentional, and also is, as a result, limited to a smaller set of bad actors. So in these instances, what a partner does is they place a paid search ad that actually impersonates the brand. So, if you or I were to go and search for that brand, we would see an ad and think it was an official brand ad. But when you click on it, you end up getting redirected through the affiliate's tracking link before getting to the brand's site. So that affiliate gets paid a commission. And our customers don't usually like that, just because of, incrementality concerns. When somebody's searching for your brand, they usually know they want to get to that site, and the brand often has their own paid search campaigns, and then they also are usually, that first ranked organic listing. So these have been really tricky problems for our customers to solve, and affiliates have gotten a lot smarter about things they do to avoid detection. So what they can do is they can place ads in very specific locations, or they can say, place my ads everywhere except for the city where the brand headquarters is. That an affiliate manager wouldn't find it.
They're looking and they can't find it, but then they find out that these hijacks are, in the state right next, just a couple hours away, or even in the city right next to them, they wouldn't even.
Yep. It's hard to find. And then the other thing they'll do is narrow time locations, where they say, don't run these ads during standard business hours where somebody might be searching. And so our software is great for that, because it can search randomized times, randomized locations, and do it at a much greater scale than somebody would be able to manually. The other thing that's key is affiliates they'll also use redirect URLs when you click the ad to make decisions about where the traffic should go. And so a really sophisticated technical affiliate will use this redirect URL to launder the traffic. And if they're suspicious of whoever clicked on the ad, rather than taking you through their affiliate link where you'd be able to figure out who it was, they just take you right to the brand's website. And so it's just this extra layer of protection they've put in place for themselves to avoid getting caught. And we've definitely had to make regular improvements to our software in order to improve our detection capabilities over the years and kind of keep up with the latest trends. And mobile is a great example. So, mobile's blown up over the last few years. We had to make sure we built in monitoring there across the major engines.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but how do you kind of stay one step ahead of these bad actors? Obviously just keeping up seems like a full-time job. But how does BrandVerity kind of, try to find some of these trends early on that they're happening, so that they can change the software and tweak it so that it can do a better job of catching these types of things?
Yeah, we actually have advertising abuse analysts who conduct manual investigations into some of these more tricky ad hijacks. And that's fantastic, because it means we always have people that are really close to the problem and are really close to what's going on. And so if they discover something new about what an affiliate is doing, they'll take that back to our engineering team, who can, troubleshoot, problem solve, and try to figure out ways to build that into our automation, and so we can pick things up more easily.
Okay, great. And I guess my last question was, given that there are ad hijacks, or a combination of intentional bad actors and unintentional bad actors, what are some of the the Georgia's greatest pieces of advice when it comes to protecting your brand online? Obviously, you might say, get an automated solution. BrandVerity can help you solve these problems. But what are some other things that both with a solution or without a solution that are kind of best practices?
Yeah, I will try to keep my advice short and sweet and concise because there's so many things that you could do, and certainly a solution can help, but you can also, do things manually that will help. But I think when I take a step back and think about advice, what comes to mind for me is that while partnerships is this amazing opportunity for brands to expand their reach and find new customers, there one of the big concerns that our customers usually have is that there's less control over their brand and the messaging. And so to me, the key for mitigating those mistakes is having really tight, close knit relationships with the partners who are promoting you.
Mm-hmm.
So as an affiliate manager, you should really have a clear understanding of your brand standards and messaging, and also each of your marketing channels and what your goals are in those channels, which you can then really clearly write into partner agreements and work really closely with your partners to make sure they understand that and have internalized that. It gives you just an opportunity to make sure that you're on the same page around how you're being promoted. And then you also get the benefit of understanding your partners better and understanding how they drive traffic and where it comes from and how they're positioning you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Another option would be to just give them messaging they can use. And that's a win-win because it makes it a lot easier for the partner to promote you. They can just take some messaging and put it on their site or slightly tweak it. And then it increases the likelihood that that messaging is aligned with your brand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the first step. But then even if you do have that close relationship, I think we've talked about earlier how accidents do happen and
Mm-hmm.
the unexpected does happen and things change. So staying vigilant and monitoring, whether it is manually or through automated tools, is really important. And especially with us going into the holidays, I think that's when we tend to see the sort of spike in abuse because there's more at stake and there's also more to be gained. So what we suggest for our customers is creating a really regular cadence where they follow a process to audit their brand, and go check your major channels, search for your brand in Google ads, on Bing, all the major search engines, and go to social media and search for your brand, see what appears, and go to your partner's site and search around and see how they're promoting your brand and how they're talking about you. That way you'll have a good understanding of what's out there. And if you do uncover an issue, you can go into that enforcement. And if you have that tight relationship we talked about at the beginning, it's going
Mm-hmm.
to be so much easier to enforce and work with the partner and get something resolved really quickly while also maintaining a strong relationship. So there's a bunch of steps you can take. I probably went too long on it, but the
No.
truth is having that strong relationship is the glue that holds it all together.
Yeah, and I guess I mean, if you are the affiliate manager, if you know which channels generally work for you, you know which part. I mean, I guess the more you know what the baseline is, the more you're likely to see, oh, this is not normal. And I guess Q4 is also an unusual time of year anyway, so there's already like anomalies or seasonality that comes with that. So but on top of that, knowing like normally in Q4, this is what we see, this doesn't seem right. And then just like reaching out to your affiliates or to your partners to even just to have a conversation. I think that's something we talk about, like maybe just checking in with them to say, hey, we know that things are really busy this time of year, but we're going to, we're going to be monitoring. We're going to make sure everything is working the way it was supposed to and according to our partnership agreements, et cetera. Well, great. Well, thank you, Georgia. I don't have any other questions. I was only going to ask 3. I think I added a couple more in there, but it's been really fun to talk with you. And I'm in Bainbridge Island. You're in Seattle. Normally, we would be, literally, I think just like almost be able to our
10
desks.
feet away.
Yeah, I definitely could like talk to you from my desk. And so this is a little bit strange, but I'm just glad to be able to have this chance to chat with you and share your expertise on these topics with a broader audience.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ula.
Okay,
Good to
well, take
catch up.
care. Bye.
Bye.